All right, guys. So for the review, all right, you're gonna have these questions. So given 4, -6, and then -512, which equation in Poincare form contains both points? So there's a couple different ways to do this. I think one of the faster ways is to actually plug these numbers in, x, y. So you can put in this number. Let's say, for example, on A, you have y plus 6 equals -2, x minus 4. All right, so I'm gonna do this -6, I'm gonna put it where the y is. So 6 plus 6 equals -2. And then this number is gonna be the x number, 4 minus 4. And you can put this side in the calculator and this side in the calculator and see what's true. Like -6 plus 6, all right, you're gonna get 0. All right, right here, you get 4 minus 4, that's 0. -2 times 4, that's 0. So that works. So I know that this equation works for the first point. Then we're going to try it for the second point, x, y. All right? So then try this to see if these match. If both sides match, they should be equal to each other. Okay? So we're just like plugging stuff in. I think that's the fastest way. Can you put this in stat? Yes, you can put it in stat. But then you have to convert this. You have to move this opposite. Then you have to go ahead and distribute. So that just takes some time. So I would suggest go ahead and plug in each point. If they both work, like this is 0, this is 0, so that matches. Try the next point and just see what happens. Then we got, which value of x makes the equation? Same thing here, guys. This, you can just plug it in where the x is. All right, so just rewrite it. Just remember, this is the equal sign right here. So like 0.75 parentheses, and we'll try 64 plus 20. Put this in the calculator. And on this side, you have 2 plus 0.5 parentheses. Again, I'm going to try this one, 64 minus 2. Put that in the calculator. If this side equals this side, all right, then that would be the answer. You would put check. All right, so just use the calculator to make sure that this would equal this using these different answers. All right. A lot of times, guys, this right here, this symbol, remember, it tells you a lot. I know that that symbol, if there's a line under it, it's going to be a regular line like this. And I also know that it's going to shade below. Right? So I don't know which way the line's going, but it's a regular line, and it's going to be shaded on the bottom part. All right. So you can just use your calculator. You can plug this in. Remember to shade below. I think that's this symbol right here on your calculator. And just match it. All right. Next, let me see. Which graph represents the function with a domain of all real numbers greater than or equal to -7 and less than 2? So remember, domain is from the left to the right side. So then it says that my left side is -7 greater than or equal to, and then x, and then less than is going to be 2. There you go. So really, guys, it says the domain of all real numbers greater than or equal to. That has the line under it. That means that this is a dot. All right. And then it says, and less than 2. Less than 2 means there's no line, which means it's going to be an open circle. So which one of these is from -7 to 2? All right. So this one's already kind of giving it away. All right. Which one of these matches the domain from -7 to +2? Remember, you're only looking at the x numbers. X numbers only. All right. So again, guys, this one, we're going to plug this into the calculator. And what it's saying is that if I have like -6, +1, -1, +6. So these are all my points. I'm plugging all these points here. I have +6, -1, and then I have +1, -6. So when I graph this, go ahead and put this in the calculator. All right. This is going to shade above, and this is going to be a regular line. So a regular line and shade above. I don't know which way it's going, but I know it's going to look like that. which one of these points here is going to be in the shaded part. What system equation best represents the graph? All right, now for this one, it's going to be really hard, guys. You need to convert all of these. Instead of converting, guys, let's go ahead and use the point. I have the answer, which is supposed to be 2, 3. That's supposed to be the answer. It's a little bit off. That's why I'm kind of doing this for you. So the 0.23, remember, this is the x, this is the y. Oops. And this number, you're going to put in here x and y. So for example, 3 parentheses 2 minus, and then 3 equals 2. If I plug this in the calculator, all right, so 3 times 2 is 6. 6 minus 3, that's going to be 3. That does not equal 2, so I know that can't be a possible answer. Already, that's not going to work. And try that with all of these, guys. Try that to see if it's going to work. Just plug in the 2 where the x is and the 3 where the y is and see if it's going to equal. Right? So for example, like this one, look at this. X, if I put 2 plus, it's supposed to be 3, does that equal 10? No, 2 plus 3 is 5. So I already know that's not going to work. So now try it for these to see what happens. All right. Same thing, guys, right here. So pick like 2 of these x numbers, 2 of these y numbers, pick 2 different points, plug them in here. So this would be like the negative 20. Then the y, this side would be negative 268. And it's the same thing as number 1. Plug them in to see if it's going to work. All right. Like a lot of these, you can just do that. Like honestly, that's the way they work out, you know. And sometimes they're obvious, like this one right here. Like watch. My y number, let's say I pick this y number. So negative 268 plus 20 equals 12 parentheses, negative 20, oops, my bad, plus 268. So I plug in this side in the calculator. Let me just do it really quick. Negative 268 plus 20. That's negative 148. Negative 248, I'm sorry. Now let's plug this in. 12 parentheses, negative 20 plus 268. That's like 2,000 and something. So these do not match. So that means that that can't be possible. And you're just doing the same thing for all of them. Just plug in the numbers. A lot of times, guys, testing strategies are actually really easy. Just plug it in. All right. Just don't get confused with negatives and minuses. And that's pretty much the final right there. All right. Good luck.